And welcome everyone to WWE Roadblock 2016 review with me, World of Wrestling Bruce, and Mad Eagle 87.
You can just drop that.
87 Eagle.
You can just drop that because I'm not really anything involved in YouTube, so you don't need to go with that. Just say you're co-host or whatever.
You're using upload videos, you do that with me, so that doesn't really matter. So let's get into things here. What did you think of the fucking show? Hey.
The honest truth, I got conflicted emotions because on one hand, I want to give WWE a round of applause for a 5-star WWE title match, which we haven't seen in God knows when. But at the same time, I want to flip them off for wasted opportunity. They blew it. That's what I'm saying. They showed us what they can possibly do with a title match and what the
There.
What? Hey, you working?
Yeah, I'm working. Your thing is just like all fucking whacked out. It's like never.
All right, let me restart. Okay, basically, summing up, I got conflicted emotions. WWE put on a great match, which we haven't seen in God knows when, involving the WWE title match. But at the same time, they fucked it up.
Well,
They gave the fans what they wanted, but at the end, they still get the last laugh.
Matt, you there, man?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
It just keeps breaking out, dude.
All right.
Keeps breaking out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're the one who's freezing up.
The internet just keeps fucking up. Go ahead and say what you. Maybe he was doing a great job, but didn't give us what we were really looking for, and just fucked us. Basically, is that what you're saying?
Yes, they gave us the quality match that fans want, but at the end they get what they want. So basically, it's like, hey, here's a nice consolation prize, but you know what? Fuck you anyway. We're still gonna go with Reigns versus Triple H. Fuck this shit.
To be honest with you, man, it's just like take a shot or a chance with anything with their fucking product here. It's just fucking idiotic. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think they should go with it, and they didn't. They didn't take the opportunity. You should have had Ambrose versus Roman Reigns at Wrestle. New stars in WWE being main eventers, main eventing the biggest show on WWE's programming, the WrestleMania pay-per-view. I think this is stupid.
Nobody's
Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt pussied out.
Yeah, exactly. And what you said to me in that text messages was so true. Based on what they did, they really should have Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt now at this point. That was just so fucking stupid. It's really a handicap match at all if you think about it, because he tagged himself out. The moment he tagged himself out, Brock Lesnar and Luke Harper had a decent match. It was great, but it was an okay. I say Luke Harper did pretty Brock, but at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar beat the fucking hell out of him anyway. So overall, I mean, none of this really makes any sense to me either. I think this is fucking insanity.
It's almost like everyone knew this show was going to be bullshit. It was going to be crap. So WWE decides to know what, let's just give them what they expect and then surprise them with a great match at the end, but at the same time, at the very last second, flip them off. I mean, Ambrose won that
I'll
match.
be perfect.
Some sort of technicality that his feet was under the rope. I mean,
yeah, I did not understand that at all. Number one, I couldn't believe what.
I
this
thought
off of my cell phone. And he hits the dirty deeds. Okay, we're kind of going all over the place here with all these matches.
It's rant.
We'll get further into all the matches and go into detail about it. But for wherever you were, Jay Wyatt, but whatever on that one. But this match should have been. It had the quality of being something unbelievable, and yet they still didn't pull. I think that was idiotic. No, number two, like you said, Dean hits the dirty deeds, and he three. No. I didn't even understand what the fuck was happening. I still don't. I didn't see anything wrong with what he was doing. His foot were underneath the ropes. They weren't on the ropes. They were underneath them. What the fuck was?
Technically, that does count for a rope break if your feet are if your body's under the rope. But I couldn't see it from that angle. So as far as I know, Ambrose got screwed unless that ref was in the authorities' pocket.
Yeah.
They've done that before.
Dean Ambrose has gotten screwed WWE Championship match. If you don't remember, go back to Elimination Chamber, where he actually did beat Seth Rollins. And he didn't, because supposedly Fareed was pulled, and yet I've seen that happen in a lot of other matches, and the match just ended with the finish instead of Dean Ambrose getting the 1, 2, 3, and then afterwards the referee was a crock of shit.
We'll discuss the main event at the end, so let's just go down with the card. So we start off with the...
All right. Yeah. First match on the card. The New Day defending the tag team titles against the League of Nations, which had Sheamus and Barrett. I
want to honestly say this about that opening segment.
That was opposite world, man. Toronto's been known to cheer for the bad guys a lot of times, but technically these were two bad guys in one match. But regardless of all that, Toronto crowd was unbelievable.
But yeah, that opening segment with Booty-O cereal, I mean, I don't know, would you want to eat cereal that tastes like ass? I mean, God.
It's absolutely delicious. Who the fuck?
I don't know what's worse. Making jokes about that type of cereal that tastes like ass, or jokes about John Cena being on the cover of Fruity Pebbles.
I don't know, man. I think the whole thing was fucked up. This whole video here is getting pretty fucked up too, just based on connection. We're having pretty bad connection, but I kind of got the we're saying there.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a funny minute. It was actually entertaining.
Yeah, the match was good. I mean, for a second you thought maybe that League of Nations would actually win, but of course the New Day pulling their same stunts, and of course the Canadian crowd cheering for it.
Well, I didn't think that Sheamus and Barrett were going to win ever. I never thought for one moment that we were going to win. Again, this match was most of it. Sheamus and Barrett didn't do too bad in this match. Unfortunately, Barrett ended up being the victim to be pinned and lose in this match. So I wasn't too happy with that. I don't like how WWE keeps just making Barrett lose all the time just because he might be leaving. What fucking ridiculous if that's me.
Wasn't there some sort of rumor that he was leaving WWE?
Yeah, he's after his contract is up with WWE, he's gonna leave. I think that's pretty sad and pathetic. Why they do that to him just because he's, come you feel.
Well,
Why not go somewhere else where I can maybe make it bigger somewhere else,
Yeah, I mean, granted, he's not doing anything because they're not pushing him. They're not giving him the opportunity he deserves. And
Yeah.
It's sad how WWE treats their competitors.
Really pathetic. Pathetic what they've him. I don't like what they've done to him at all. I think it was fucking retarded. But regardless of all that, the match was good. I give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Very entertaining match. What do you give that match?
I give the same score, 3.5, because it was entertaining at least. I mean, the opening segment made no sense. You had basically two heels going at it, but basically the New Day still gets over. So it was a good match. I'll give him that. Now, the thing about Roadblock, which caught my eye, was actually the fill-in matches were pretty good.
What? You broke up there. I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
I say what made Roadblock good, in my opinion, was the fill-in matches they just threw in there, like Jericho versus Swagger. That was a good match.
I thought it was stupid. I actually was watching it. I missed like 4 minutes of the first segment, so I started from very beginning when I clicked on it. And I was able to skip through that. I didn't care to watch that shit. I wasn't too highly into the idea is Jack Swagger. I thought that was
a good match. It was a good match.
I didn't really care for it. I didn't give a fuck about it, really, to be honest with you. I didn't have too much interest in it. So it wasn't that big.
Yeah, I mean, they just threw it in there. I mean, it had no real opinion. I mean, they talked about...
yeah, exactly.
I mean, they basically just talked about Jericho claiming why he turned on AJ, blah, 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 and how he's the best. And they brought up how Jack Swagger beat him for the world title back about 6 years ago.
Yeah, whatever amount of years it was.
It was a weird setup for a filler, but the match itself was good quality, so I'd give it at least a 3.
Sorry, what did you give the match?
3.
3?
3, yes.
Oh, okay. Alright. Me, I didn't give it really much of anything. Jack Swagger lost by a submission in the Walls of Jericho, so I didn't care for that.
Mm-hmm.
NXT fucking stole the show with this tag team match. I swear to God.
Wait, you kind of froze up and now you're just jammering about something. You're talking about the tag team titles and the NXT titles?
The NXT tag team titles stole, again, to me more and more, every time they compete against WWE, they are the freaking shit. This match with the tag team titles with the revival of Scott Dawson and Joe Amore and Colin Cassidy.
Yes. Now, the match was great. It was everything you expected, but I have a very strong dislike about this match. And it's nothing to do with the actual match itself. It has to do with Michael Cole fucking up with the whole announce team. They should have taken him off and put in like Corey Grave or something. Because dear God, he had no business doing an NXT match.
No, I would have been happier with Mauro Manello.
Yeah, something like that.
Honestly, fucking sick of hearing Michael Cole talk.
Yes, not just that, but he had no desire, no passion for the match. He just kind of sounded so bland.
I don't know. I didn't quite get it. Personally, I don't like Michael Cole anymore. I used to like him back in the day when he was just an announcer for SmackDown. Now he's just turned into he got too.
What he needs to do is
so I wasn't too high.
What he needs to do is grab a microphone, go back in the back, and get mocked by everyone in the interviews.
Well, my personal opinion, this match gets 4 out of 5 stars from me. The only thing that I didn't like is the fact that
Enzo Amore and
did not
lost
the win.
Yes, but
yeah, they
that
lost.
Just sets
that
up
match.
with the fact that they are going to push them to the main roster, and honestly, why? I mean, look what the main roster did to the Ascension, who were the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions. They have done nothing since.
I don't know, man. I think Enzo Amore and I agree with you too. I think that Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy deserve a title reign before they go to the main roster because a title reign at one NXT, there's something wrong here. I don't quite understand why they won't. Not to mention, they kind of made by the fact that 2 guys that beat the shit out of him put him out of commission, and then they come back and kiss him for a second time. They lose again. It kind of makes it look a little weird to me. But the match itself was. Triple H is trying to go for a non-50-50 booking. But in this situation, I kind of think it works because, the over Amare and Colin Cassidy for months, commission for a couple of months on top of it. From the notice of the footage, it looks like they probably put him out by November of 2015, maybe. Am I correct?
Something like that. It was at least a good month.
What did you say? You were breaking up, man.
I say it was like somewhere around a good month and a half. They were out of commission.
Oh, okay. So by like January?
Yeah.
Like I said, 4 out of 5. So you give the match.
I give it at least a good 4.
Okay. Yeah, it was a good match. Charlotte versus Natalya for the Divas Championship. Now, Charlotte defeats Natalya. Fucking weak ass ending, and what a horrible ending.
That's all I saw. Honestly, I walked away from this match. I went to take care of some business, and then when I came back, the match was just wrapping up. So I don't even.
You didn't even miss thing. The situation that happened with this, and give you some.
Oh no, I saw what happened at the end. I know what happened, but I'm surprised it went longer than I expected to be.
Well, here's the thing, Matthew. This match was fucking boring, and then it started picking up at the end, and they had this awkward ending. As you saw, Ric Flair and...
I mean, why did they even bother doing this match? I mean, honestly, they could have done something better.
No, what should have been... eventually leading to Natalya having a title match after WrestleMania.
Yeah, but honestly, they could have done something better
possibly.
with it.
I don't know.
Fine, but what they could have done, they could have hyped up that. They could have taken this time to hype up the triple threat match. In which case, they could have done, say, uh, Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks in a tag team match against Charlotte and Ric Flair. In which case, if they lost, Ric Flair would be banned from ringside at their triple threat match. I mean, they could have done anything better than this.
The fucking word you just said, because this wonderful internet service sucks. And you read.
I'm just talking bullshit right now. What I said was, but they could have used the time to do a tag team match with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks versus father and daughter. In which case, if the father and daughter lost, Ric Flair would be banned from ringside in the triple threat match.
That could have worked for Roadblock. That would have actually been better than throwing Natalya in a titles match with Charlotte. This match sucked. I give it like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. It's close.
I only saw the ending, so I'm not even going to rate it.
All right, Brock Lesnar versus the Wyatt family with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. As already said, 1. Why did they change this match from Bray Wyatt to Brock Lesnar to a 2-on-1 match? Can you fucking explain that one to me? Because I'm still scratching my head on that.
Made no sense, and it made Bray Wyatt look weak as hell. I mean, we've been saying this a while. Bray Wyatt deserves the push he needs, yet they constantly fuck him over.
They pretty much fuck over everyone except for Roman Reigns, apparently. They baby Roman Reigns to death, and that's Vince McMahon's doing, of course. And we'll get more into Roman Reigns as we get to the main event discussion. But this match, personally, I think was very poor. Not because Brock Lesnar did a bad job or Luke Harper did a bad job, but because of the fact they kept hyping this match to be Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt 1-on-1, and they even did a video package for this, and then we get a completely different match. And to me, that's false advertising. Like, what the fuck would you give us all this hype up for and then tell us, oh, well, it's going to be a handicap match? Then you go from a handicap match to being a 1-on-1 match with a different opponent. I mean, this was pathetic.
It makes Bray Wyatt look weak. He basically was cowering in the corner, avoiding Lesnar at all costs. I would have been satisfied if Lesnar just grabbed Bray Wyatt by his beard at the end of the match and just gave him an F5. I would have said, okay, I'll take that. If they want to just give us some false advertisement bullshit, I'll take that and be happy. No complaints here. But nothing.
Look, bottom line is this was completely fucked up. The whole thing was fucked up. Near the end, with the last 2 main event matches with Brock and Bray Wyatt and Triple H and Dean Ambrose, the whole thing just kind of died out. And that was the problem with this show. This show was decent until we got near the end. And that's the thing. It's like you want to close out a show, you close it out right. You don't close it out fucked up. That's number 1. So, number 2, I think this match was okay. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I think Luke Harper had a decent match with Brock Lesnar. He really held his own in this. What did you say the rating is on this match?
Honestly, competition-wise, Luke Harper put up a good fight. He hit Lesnar with a discus closer, and he hit him a few good kicks to the face. So I'd give it at least a 3, but honestly, I'd have to knock down half a star, or at least maybe another whole star, just because of the whole false bullshit.
The false advertising. I could agree with you on that, but so, I'm not going to be that mean.
Realistically, it's a 3, but honestly, it's a I'd have to give it a 2 because they just fucked it up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't like what they did there. I think they should just stuck with the match being what it was, Brock versus Bray Wyatt, and they didn't do that.
And I stick by what I said in that text. What they should do now is Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. But we're not going to see that now, are we? No.
Well, you can complain some more as we get to the main event. We still got one other match to discuss before Triple H and Ambrose. That was Sami Zayn defeating Stardust. What did you think of his debut into the WWE main roster as a match team?
Again, match-wise, good. Michael Cole trying to commentate Sami Zayn's matches was horrid. I mean, talking about Sami Zayn that he is an up-and-comer. Are you kidding me? I mean, let's leave out what he does what he did in the Indies and all that, but what he's been doing in what he did in NXT, he ain't no fucking up-and-comer.
Well, he's an up-and-comer.
That's the reason why I'm pissed about how they commentate with AJ's matches.
Hold on. Number one, Sami Zayn has been in the fucking NXT. If you're gonna make Michael Cole, no offense, I mean I'm not backing up Michael Cole in any way, shape, or form because I think his announcing skills have went in the shitter since they made him the voice of WWE because he is absolute crap, over the top and retarded. But you want to put Sami Zayn on a fucking pedestal just because he was an NXT World Champion in the main roster. That's like going ahead and saying that some athlete in the B League was great and he comes into the big show and he should be looked at as the big guy who's going to go ahead and take over and win the world title and instantly become a main event. You can't do that. They have to look at him as a rookie coming into WWE. But I understand where you're coming from based on the talent and how NXT is being run. It should be the value of NXT looks bigger than the fucking WWE themselves, which is pathetic on their part. But with all realism added into this conversation, Matthew, you got to look at it this way. He is an up-and-comer. He's new to the WWE main roster. He's in the hunt for the Intercontinental Championship, and he wants to kick Kevin Owens' ass. That's really where this really lies at this point. And he's still in between NXT and WWE too. So he's going to have another match on NXT's Dallas TakeOver event. And then he's going to have a match with Owens as well as 4 other fucking schmucks competing in a ladder match. So, yeah, to me it makes sense. But
if they did that,
they're going to do it. I know they're going to do it because they're fucking idiots. They go ahead 2 years in a row and have the same dumb match for the same damn title. They're fucking dummies. And this ending to this fucking show proved it. Okay, so now with all discussions aside with Sami Zayn, I give the match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The match would have been better if Sami Zayn was actually competing against someone other than fucking Stardust. Okay, what's your overall rating on the Stardust Sami Zayn match?
Oh yeah, I would have give it a 3.5, but you're right. They could have picked anyone better. I mean, they could have built off the.
They could have done Neville.
No,
Neville versus Sami Zayn would have been a great match to have as a filler, man.
Yeah, for a good match wise, that would have been great, and it would completely overshadow the main event. But in terms of heel, they could try to build on the match with Miz, but that would be a complete waste of time. So yeah, I guess we have so many people injured and so many people I honestly don't give a flying fuck about. There's not a whole lot of picks.
Well, Neville would have been a better pick, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
I mean, you
but
would have gotten to see.
in terms on the heel roster, it's not. It's slim pickings.
Let me think here. Who would have been a better pick? You could have had Rusev versus fucking Sami Zayn. That would have been good.
Yeah. Instead of
or Del Rio.
Del Rio would have been a better pick.
Unless he's injured, would have. I heard he had back problems though. I'm not sure if he would have been competing at this event at this point where he's with his health. I don't know. I'm not certain, but it don't matter. Let's get to this main event. Triple H versus Dean Ambrose. Triple H retaining the championship. I'll give you my overall opinion. Despite the ending, the match was good. The action was slow, moderate pace. It speeded up a little bit to the middle to the end. They made Dean Ambrose look like a fucking $1,000,000, really, to be honest with you. Triple H should have been a little bit more dominant in this match. I'll be perfectly honest with you on that one, too.
No complaint. He got his ass kicked.
Well, that's the thing. If you're going to make Triple H retain the belt, you might as well should have made him look dominant anyway, because he's going against Roman Reigns, who's supposed to be looking like this fucking weak-ass bitch who can't show up from an injury with nasal surgery, and he got his ass whooped to death by Triple H.
Okay, let's just be frank here. That is bullshit, because everyone that saw Roman Reigns in his suit, all dressed up for the WrestleMania conference, in which case he looked perfectly fine. He had no real nose injuries, so let's be frank, that nose thing is a crock of bull.
No, he had real nasal surgery, but it wasn't from the incident that him and Triple H had. It was from an injury that happened while before that.
Yeah.
So that had nothing to do. That was just a phony baloney thing that they tried to relate to his real injury that happened before that whole incident happened.
Okay, fine, whatever. I'm not going to take it back. Point is, I expected Roman Reigns to come out of nowhere and sucker punch Triple H, possibly when the referee was knocked out. Never happened, but doesn't matter because Ambrose still owned that match. And despite him
Hold on, Matt. My dad threw an interesting idea that would have made things pretty intriguing without altering anything to the card. My dad said that wouldn't it be neat if the referee was knocked out, Roman Reigns came into the ring, and instead of screwing Triple H, he screwed Dean Ambrose and turned heel that night. And you had two heels competing at WrestleMania. And then at WrestleMania, they both tried to screw each other over with dirty tactics to win their match. What do you think of that? If that would have happened, that is.
It wouldn't work. Because right now, it doesn't matter if he's a face or not. Reigns is going into that match being hated by millions and billions of people, while Triple H is going in there getting the crowd cheering. He's basically, it's anti-hero versus like pussy ass bitch who can't wrestle with shit.
Well, that is the obvious. Let's be real on that one, okay? This guy, look, you and I talked about this earlier today. John Cena 10 years ago is a better wrestler than Roman Reigns of today, okay? I can't stomach Roman Reigns anymore. I was trying my damnedest to get behind this guy. I can't. And I'll tell you why. They make Vince McMahon pussies Roman Reigns. You might as well come behind him and wipe Roman Reigns' ass. I don't know what Vince McMahon sees in this guy at all. I really don't. I don't see what's so special about him. Is it because he loves Samoan cock or something?
He's got all the things Vince McMahon has a heart on for. He's big, he's ripped, he's got big manly tattoos, whatever. I don't know what Vince's problem is, but he doesn't.
Did he make a deal with The Rock? Hold on. Did he make a deal with The Rock? Like he signed a contract with The Rock and said The Rock made a contract. Hold on. Listen to what I have to say. Hold on.
It doesn't matter. It's what you're saying is you can make jokes about this all you want, but you know that's not it.
I'm not making no joke. I think that this guy, Rock, went ahead and made a freaking contract with Vince McMahon. He said, if you allow my cousin to be a main eventer, I'll show up on your fucking show and make you get some ratings and get you some money. And I'll do some stuff for you. You do that, great. I'll do it. I mean, I can believe that. I mean, let's get real here. Vince McMahon
then why?
I've never.
Okay, fine. All right, fine. Then why aren't the Usos getting a tag team title push? Why
because
they're
Rikishi's kids.
They're still his cousins, though.
No. That's Rikishi's kids. It's different. It's a different scenario. Roman Reigns is all by himself. He's an individual guy. Maybe he's real close friends with Roman Reigns. I don't fucking know. But bottom line is, I have never seen Vince McMahon baby anyone as much as he babies Roman Reigns. I mean, he does.
That's the problem.
That motherfucker.
And here's the problem. What you have here when he turns wrestling, you have heels and then you have babyface. The problem is when you take the babyface and you take the face off and make him just a crying little baby ass bitch, it's gonna turn the fans off.
Well, the thing is, I liked John Cena when he was starting out, and I liked him all the way through. This guy, Roman Reigns, I can't stomach him. I really can't. And it's not him.
His promos are horror. He has no character.
Hold on. I don't have anything per se personal against Roman Reigns. I'd like to see him be the guy that Vince McMahon wants him to be. But the thing is, it's hard for me to get behind this guy. He just does not have the I mean, John Cena had more personality than this dude. John Cena shows more heart in the ring, even when he was, to everyone else, shit. Okay? He at least tried. Roman Reigns don't look like he tries at all. I mean, all the time. The one match with the Wyatt family at SummerSlam. The match he had at Royal Rumble last year. He's sitting in the and this year, too. They fucking made him walk out of the arena with a hurt and injured situation because of the League of Nations, and then they drag his fucking ass back in with 4 men left. I mean, come on, man. You want us to believe in this guy, but yet you take him and you make him into a corporate fucking douchebag. That's why Dean Ambrose should be our champion, Roman Reigns should be Vince McMahon's champion, and Roman Reigns should be heel and Dean Ambrose should be the face. Simple as that. Nothing difficult or hard on this.
Yes. Okay, now let's go back to the match. What's the highlight for you?
Highlight for me, Dean Ambrose won that fucking match straight up. I don't give a fuck what the referee said. The referee counted at 3. Too late. You made a bad call. Go fuck yourself. Dean Ambrose won the fucking match. I don't care what anyone says. I don't like the officiating in WWE nowadays. They don't, they go ahead. They do all these fucked up things. I mean, the whole thing is just idiotic. He had the win. Okay, his foot was underneath the rope. So what? It wasn't like he was cheating. That doesn't mean anything. I've seen a lot of guys have their feet underneath the rope, and they still got the 1, 2, 3. Where the hell was he supposed to put his feet anyway? I mean, get the fuck out of here. The referee counted at 3. Once the referee counted at 3, the match should have been over. There shouldn't have been no change in the decision. The fucking match was over. He counted at 3. Simple as that. End of story. Get the fuck out of here.
You're right. They could have gone with. He could have changed his pitting position, but the point is, in the heat of the moment, the referee just did a bad call. And I expected Ambrose to lay the ref out or something, but let me ask you, what you think of the of him failing the dive onto the announce table?
I It was expected. I thought it was going to be a count out, actually. Yeah, so basically, yeah, he was getting a count of 9. He jumped in there, and Triple H hit the pedigree, and that was it, the end of the match. I like the fact that at least it was ended clean. There was no screw job in the match or anything like that, except for the referee doing the screw job. But Triple H, he really had a decent match with, I keep saying Roman Reigns, with Dean Ambrose. He really didn't do a whole lot of dirty tactics. He looked more like a face than a heel, to be honest with you. He just seemed like they were kind of making him like he was over the hill, and slow. He just didn't have the same tempo that he normally used to have in the ring. Like he had rust on him or something like that. It made it kind of look realistic, but overall, the way they made Dean Ambrose look in this match, Dean Ambrose should have won this fucking match. Simple as that.
What do you think of Ambrose attacked it by going for the legs?
Oh, I thought that was smart. That was very, very smart on WWE storyline writing. I don't know if that was them that did that, or Triple H and Dean Ambrose talked this over and Triple H probably told him, "Hey, go after my knees, do something tactical, and go after my weak spots." And I thought that was pretty cool on their part to do something like that. I love the sharpshooter and the figure 4. Thought that was pretty fucking awesome using those 2 moves.
When he went for that figure 4, I was screaming, "All right, ring the bell! Ring the bell! The match is over!"
I mean, the whole thing was great. Dean Ambrose has shown to the audience, and I don't know what Vince McMahon's waiting for. He should just pull the trigger with Dean Ambrose. The guy has proven himself time and time again in a main event situation. He is fucking unbelievably awesome. He can be a brawler 1 second, be a technical wrestler the next. He can do outstanding high-flying maneuvers, and on top of that, he makes the tempo of a match go really fast, and he can slow the match down at the same time. The guy's an unbelievable performer, and he should be the main eventer in WWE, as well as Seth Rollins and, because Vince McMahon runs the company, Roman Reigns.
Honestly, all right, before we wrap everything up here, basically, Ambrose should have won, in which case Triple H basically walked away from that match. Barely. I mean, he was basically crawling away from that match.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, it looked very realistic the way they did it. You know, like I said, they made him look like he had ring rust. He hasn't been in the ring since last year against Sting.
Yeah, that's the main problem with Triple H. They're trying to really do a good job selling the ring rust, but you gotta just figure a way to, all right, you're either gonna stick with the corporate job or go back to mainstream wrestling every single day. You can't just pick and choose.
I really don't know. Personally, excuse me. I really don't understand any of it. Me personally. Yeah, go, Matt. What did you say?
Go ahead. It's your show.
All right. Me personally, I don't understand really anything what they're doing here. I don't see how Vince McMahon could see this going out of WrestleMania with a positive reaction, Roman Reigns winning the belt. I'm sorry.
No. Everyone is saying this. You and me have said this. John has said this. JD from New York 206 said this. Joe Cronin said this. This little special, we all know was going to be absolute shit. They surprised us by giving us a great main event, but in the end, they still flipped us off.
Yep, that's what they did. They do this all the time. And that's why after WrestleMania, I can't sit back and continue to watch these Monday Night Raw episodes. I'm sorry. There's nothing special about them. This past Raw, like I said, it was an okay show. I mean, because of Shane McMahon, the build-up with The Undertaker, and a couple other things. But outside of that, the whole thing is just crap, and it's because they're in WrestleMania season. And technically, the way they're building up to WrestleMania absolutely sucks. And if they would have altered things on this event, it would have made this event great and would have made WrestleMania even better. And yet, for some strange reason, Vince McMahon's got this assumption that if he does change and make something surprising and completely out of nowhere, it's going to not be successful, and I don't understand why he would think
Yes,
that.
okay. I can understand here. We'll wrap it up. Let me just say this before we wrap everything. I can understand making changes in order, because of injuries piling up. Some things fall out of place. Like, for example, Cena versus Undertaker at WrestleMania. Even though I would like to have seen that match, Legend versus Legend, even though it's John Cena. The streak isn't on the line anymore, so the match would have been good either way. But things change, and now we get Shane O'Mac, which is not a bad deal.
No,
But
I don't see him having a bad match with The Undertaker. I just don't know how well he's going to do, being
yeah,
the fact that he hasn't been in a ring in 7 years.
yeah, that's okay. But in terms of WWE had an opportunity. It seriously had an opportunity to make 2 great matches, 3 depending on how they set this up. You could have done Ambrose versus Reigns. Stick to the heel turn. Blah blah blah. We talked about this. Blah blah blah. You could have had what you. They could have done something with Triple H at the end, like they did with Bryan. Blah blah blah. My God, they could have at least done Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. I mean, I don't know what Bray's gonna do at WrestleMania. What he's gonna do?
Matthew, what I said they could have done at Roadblock would have been gold. You go ahead, you have Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of. Actually, if they would have done what they just did tonight with Brock and Luke Harper, that would have actually gotten over to me. And I'll explain why. You have Bray Wyatt fuck over Triple H. Brock Lesnar faces Dean Ambrose for the championship because they still had that scheduled street fight. Dean Ambrose had to defend it twice in one night. You have Brock Lesnar lose to Dean Ambrose by a lucky victory over Brock Lesnar with Dean Ambrose as champion. Eventually you have a rematch, Brock Lesnar kicks the shit out of Dean Ambrose, and it evens the score. You just make it look like it was just a lucky victory over Brock Lesnar, and that's it. Roman Reigns goes on to face Dean Ambrose for the championship. We get a heel turn, we get all that kind of stuff, and we see everything I said on the Roadblock preview video that I did. Okay, Triple H versus Bray Wyatt, very unique match, never been done before. You never seen a rivalry really between these two guys, so it'd be kind of neat to see how that all unfolds within the 3 weeks they would have had to build up towards WrestleMania. All right, and that's pretty much it. I mean, they would have had everything in a good state of mind. They would have had something to build off of. They would have made this event worth watching, and we would have seen a fucking title change.
Okay, now I just thought of something, and honestly, this is the only way, the absolute only way that can save WrestleMania. And then we'll wrap it up. So, they do, like I said, do the Bray Wyatt versus Lesnar match, blah blah, and my God, turn that title match into a triple threat. Put in Ambrose, have him win, and then the next night, turn Reigns heel, and just let thing go. Let the dogs off the leash or whatever. That's the only way, the absolute only way that can save WrestleMania.
So what you're saying is they should do another fucking triple threat match 3 years in a row and have it Dean Ambrose, Triple H, and Roman Reigns.
I don't care. Honestly, that's the only way. Only thing that can come up in my mind right now that can save WrestleMania. Yes, we have triple threat. We have triple threat match at 30. We had an impromptu triple threat match at 31. And then we can have another one here, which case let the fans get their way, just like they did 30, and have Ambrose win. And then turn Reigns heel. I can't think of any other way that can save WrestleMania other than that.
Matthew, here's what's going to happen. And you and every motherfucking dumb bastard who's watching this, including myself, is going to have to accept. You're going to see Triple H and Roman Reigns play out their fucking storyline, and Roman Reigns is walking out World Heavyweight Champion with the fucking dumbest, crappy sell of a show that Roman Reigns can possibly put, because that's all that guy does. He can't sell shit. Can't even sell a fucking chair shot, okay? So it's simple as this. Roman Reigns is winning the title. He's staying face, and just accept it or don't watch it anymore. It's simple as that. There's nothing getting around this. Vince McMahon ain't changing his show for you, for me, for nobody else. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the network as a way of fighting against his bullshit programming of current product. I will watch the pay-per-views. They're fun to watch. They're entertaining. Those 3 hours are worth watching. But every week, 3 hours of Monday night, no, I can't do it, man. I can't sit through 3 hours on a weekly basis anymore watching Monday Night Raw be a fucking travesty. I'm sorry. This is now turned into a small little random wrestling talk episode, which, by the way, people, we are doing that tomorrow. So, John, you will be with us. Don't worry about it. If you have watched this video, we are doing that still, so don't worry about it. I do apologize. I didn't think you watched this damn lousy event since you don't have the network. But if you want to talk about this tomorrow, more than happy to talk about it for a little bit. Besides WrestleMania 30's review, for random wrestling talk. No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We told the audience we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. Okay, that's what we're doing. But bottom line, as simple as this, you're either gonna have to accept it or just walk away from it.
But I don't want to accept it. I hate reality. I want to live in a world of illusions where I always win.
No, actually, that is Vince McMahon's illusion. He thinks that he's still going to win by getting what he wants instead of giving us what we want, who pay his fucking damn company. And there are some dummies out there who actually sit back and enjoy watching Roman Reigns do his thing in the ring, and yet all it is a bunch of clotheslines, a Superman punch, and a freaking spear throughout an entire match and a couple of punches to the face.
No, let me correct you. To be fair, we do get the occasional Samoan drop. You can't neglect that. But otherwise,
oh, yeah?
It does suck.
Okay, here's the bottom line. The Rock could out-wrestle Roman Reigns in his fucking sleep, and The Rock ain't that great of a wrestler, okay? Let's be clear on that. What?
What? Did you just say The Rock's wrestling skills suck?
Rock's wrestling skills are not great, okay? I said Rock's wrestling skills aren't that great.
Oh, good.
They absolutely sucked, but they're not that great, okay? Let's be clear on that. But The Rock could still out-wrestle that fucking dumbass Roman Reigns any day of the week. And I guarantee you, if you got Roman Reigns and Rock at WrestleMania 33, which, by the way, is in Orlando next year, we're close around where we live, you will see that The Rock could out-wrestle Roman Reigns in a freaking heartbeat and put on a better show and carry the fucking Roman Reigns through an entire match than what Roman Reigns can produce in the ring with The Rock. I'm sorry. The Rock could out-wrestle him in his fucking sleep. And The Rock's not that great of a wrestler, okay?
You know what the real problem with Roman Reigns is? Roman Reigns reminds me a lot of Goldberg.
Goldberg's a better wrestler than he fucking is, okay?
Oh God. Oh God. We need to do a separate video just shit on Roman Reigns. When we're done with this whole WrestleMania random wrestling talks, let's just do a video where we just shit on Reigns.
We could do that right after this video. How about it?
No, we're not doing that. All right. Because
All right.
Not fair to John. I'm sure he's got his own opinions on how much he hates Reigns.
Well, we could always talk to him about it too anyway. It don't matter. At this point, we all agree Roman Reigns can go suck a Vince McMahon cock sandwich and have a nice day. Anyway, everyone, at this point in time...
Oh, yeah! Mick Foley's a better wrestler than Roman Reigns, and he's just a crash test dummy.
Pretty much. That's pretty much the case, but we'll save all that talk for tomorrow. At this time, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll always get back to you guys. I love hearing from any of you guys if you respond ever. And I definitely appreciate you watching this video. Sorry it was a little too long, but hey, we really had to get this off of our chest. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great night, guys. And oh yeah, don't forget to hit the smack down on that subscribe button. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great night.